Can you see a white screen on your mobile or PC?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
while teaching, you will see this whiteboard screen, and whatever I write here,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
will see this writing. Whatever I will write, whatever I will write here, you will see those writing on your PC or mobile. Okay. So this is equivalent to this offline teaching, and whatever we are going to discuss, everything is going to be recorded in a video. यहाँ पे जो भी कुछ discuss किया जाएगा, इसका recording होता रहेगा, जो आप इस क्लास के बाद चाहे तो डाउनलोड भी कर सकते हैं MS Teams के थ्रू. And the soft copies of these handwritings will also be provided to you. जो यहाँ पर लिखा जा रहा है, इसकी सॉफ्ट कॉपी भी आपको प्रोवाइड की जाएगी. So in case you missed something due to bad network or bad connectivity, you can always go back to these downloaded videos and slides. Okay, so that's how we will continue in this online mode. And before we come to the teaching part, let me tell you how do we categorize physics course for you. So this is physics 1. This is a theory course. Okay, and it has a code name. It is just for internal purpose. Okay, this course consists of roughly 40 lectures. Okay, and how do we cover these 40 lectures? So we will have 3 lectures per week. It means that this course will be covered in how many weeks? Around 13 to 14 weeks. Okay, so this is roughly equal to 3 to 4 months, or roughly 3.5 months. Okay, so you will be having 3 lectures per week, and along with 3 lectures per week, you will also have 1 tutorial per week. Okay, what is the difference between lectures and tutorials? Lecture is the class where we teach you new things. I mean, where we cover the syllabus. Okay, so in each lecture we cover a new topic. What about tutorial? We do not teach anything new, but we discuss doubts, numericals, and anything like that. Okay, so whatever we are going to cover in 3 lectures in a week, these things are discussed, or the numerical related to those things are covered in a tutorial class. So that is how you will have 4 classes per week. Okay, and that is why some of you may know that this is a 4 credit course. So 4 credit means you are going to spend 4 hours per week time. Okay. This is one thing. Another thing, and some of you might be worried about it, the numbering of group. So like you are I group. Actually, there are total 10 groups in BTech from A to J. So there are 10 groups: A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, H, I, J. And in each group, we have approximately, let us say in your group, there are approximately 120 students. So on an average, or the rough estimate of total count of BTech first year students is around 1200. Okay. So like in this class, we should have roughly 120 students. I'll teach a class of 120 students. Similarly, some other faculty will teach some other class of 120 students. Okay. So there are 10 lecture classes. 10 गुणा 3, 10 into 3, total lecture classes per week. 3 lecture classes for one group. There are 10 groups. So these many classes runs for BTech first year. But when it comes to tutorial, classes are even more. Why? We divide each group in two parts. So this I is divided in I1 and I2. And both of these groups have roughly 60 students. It means that we have 20 tutorial class per week overall. Okay. Why do we have this splitting? Because see here we are going to teach roughly 100 students. But when it comes to discussion, discussion takes time. Sometimes numericals are lengthy. So we need to spend more time with you. So how do we spend more time with you? We divide the students in multiple classes. So these 60 students will sit in one class. These 60 students will sit in some other class. Some other faculty will take their doubts. That's how we can spend more time with you while we discuss the numerical, while we discuss your doubts. Okay. तो जब हम लेक्चर्स में पढ़ा रहे हैं, हम सभी 120 को पढ़ा रहे हैं, बट जब हम डाउट डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, हम सिर्फ 60 के डाउट डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, बाकी 60 के डाउट दूसरे फैकल्टी को डिस्कस करने हैं. That's why you can see in your timetable that when there are lecture classes, there is only I word, but when there are tutorial classes, there are I1, I2, similarly A1, A2, B1, B2, and so on. Okay. So this is the splitting of students in various groups. Apart from it, let me also tell you the exam system. So this physics course consists of 100 marks, but these 100 marks are split in various categories like 20, 20, and this is 60. This was the division when there were offline classes. I mean before this COVID period. So COVID से पहले जब classes offline classroom में हुआ करती थी, this was the scheme. So these 20 marks come from assessment. Okay. These 20 marks come from, there is an exam for it. We call it mid-semester exam because it appears in the middle of the semester. Middle of the semester means roughly around after 2 months or 1.5 months. And this is the end semester exam. This is an exam. This is an exam. Okay. So there are 2 exams in a semester in a period of 4 months. And that's how you get 100 marks. What is assessment? It consists of 2 parts, 5 and 15. These 5s are come from your attendance. Depending on how much is your attendance in your class. And these 50s come from various things, your activities, like the problems you ask, you discuss with us, or like we will also give you some assignment. We may also take some quizzes. Okay. So these things, these are the activities which keep on running several times in a semester, and the cumulative of all these things make these 15 marks. Okay. So if you are active, you understand what we are teaching. यदि आपको उसे समझ में आ रहा है जो हम पढ़ा रहे हैं, आप डाउट क्लियर करते जा रहे हैं, आप क्लास में अटेंटिव हैं, अटेंडेंस पूरी है, then it is very easy to obtain this 20 marks. 20 marks को अचीव करने के लिए आपको कुछ खास मेहनत भी नहीं करनी है. Remaining 80 depends on your performance. बाकी 80 आपकी परफॉर्मेंस पर डिपेंड करते हैं. And that's how this course run. What about online mode? Do we have exams? So there is no fixed criteria as of now because this online system is completely new. So you know this COVID problem occurred somewhere around March 2020, right? February or March. So the last batch means this 2021 batch. This was run in a completely online mode. Okay. So how do we take the exam of this batch? The division was same, 20, 20, 60. We took the assessment in the usual manner. Only difference was that student discuss their doubts through MS Teams. We give the assignment through MS Teams. They solve their problems in their home. They submit the copies, and we check the copies to give these 20 marks. सब कुछ ऑफलाइन जैसा ही था, बट स्टूडेंट से सारी प्रॉब्लम अपने घर पर सॉल्व करी है और उनकी फाइल बना करके हमको भेजा है. So there is no problem in this internal assessment part. Obviously, we cannot take exam because you cannot come to campus. So this mid-semester part was replaced by quizzes. So like we had roughly 4 or 5 quizzes for marks each, and that's how we get your performance out of 20 marks. There was no end semester exam because no one was allowed in the campus. So this 60 marks was obtained by, we take viva of students, and that's how we obtain the division of, that's how we check your performance out of 100. So this was a scheme of last year. I don't know what will be the scheme of this year, depending on the situation. So either we may follow the same scheme, we may go back to the offline system if classes start, okay, or there may be some new scheme also. Apart from it, let me also tell you a little bit about have you seen the syllabus? Let me show you.
Yes.
Okay, let me show you. So it is available on this MNIT website. Go to the academic UG program. So the whole syllabus is here. Since you are in first year, click on this first year curriculum, and this is the file. Okay, download it. So this is the courses you will learn in first semester, and the syllabus of each course is here. So what do you see? Unit 1, Unit 2, 3, 4. Fourth unit is quite big, up to here, and Unit 5. So it's a 5-unit syllabus. And if you see carefully, let us focus on Unit 1, relativity. I believe that some of you might have heard the name of relativity. यदि आप ज़्यादा भी नहीं जानते होंगे तो आपने सुना जरूर होगा relativity के बारे में कुछ ना कुछ, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will discuss various things of relativity in this course. आप लोगों ने length contraction, time dilation, Twins paradox, E equals mc square, ये सब terms सुनी जरूर है.
Yes, sir.
What are these?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where do they come from? ये कहाँ से आया, क्यों आया, कैसे आया? What is the logic behind all these things? We will discuss everything in this special theory relativity. We will take approximately 6 lectures. This is a tentative categorization. So we will try to cover relativity part in 2 weeks, 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Okay. Thermal physics, same is here. At least you have heard about this RMS velocity, average and most probability speed. You at least know the formula, right? You have
Yes,
heard
sir.
of
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
what is the
Yes,
purpose
sir.
of discovering all these things? ये सब क्यों डिस्कवर किया गया, क्या यूज है इनका? We will discuss all these things in detail. Geometrical optics means lenses, and I mean the result which you get by making geometry of light, using light as a way. So you have learned a single lens. You know how to make images from single lens using ray diagram, using formula. Here we are going to the next level. We are going to use multiple lenses. Okay. So how do we deal with multiple lenses? Do we have some other formula? Do we have the same formula? What is the method to make images if we have multiple lenses? All these things will be discussed in this part. So like the today's camera, where we have multiple lenses in one camera. Those things we can discuss here. You can see we have eyepiece also here. Okay. What is the use of all these things? So we have also have a spectrometer, and there is another device extent. These are some special phenomena which are shown by light only, like interference. So interference is generated by light. You have learned a little bit about in +2. You have learned about diffraction. You have learned about polarization also. Here we are going to discuss all these things in more detail. We will also discuss some of their use in real life. कि जो भी आपने पढ़ा है, इनका रियल लाइफ में क्या यूज है, इनके और क्या क्या एप्लीकेशन है, वो सब आप यहाँ डिस्कस करेंगे. लेजर का नाम आप सभी लोग जानते हैं, बट लेजर है क्या, कैसे बनता है, या क्या उसके अंदर हो रहा है, that we will discuss here. So if you see carefully, 30 to 40% सिलेबस आप पहले से जानते हैं. Remaining 60-70% we will cover here. So this is intended. ये रखा इसलिए जाता है ताकि आपको सब कुछ एकदम से नया ना लगे. आप हर चीज से थोड़ा थोड़ा पहले से फेमिलियर है, उसी के एडवांस स्टेज पे हम जाएंगे. And these things are required at some point in your life. यदि आप बीटेक में है, आप जॉब ओरिएंटेड है, ये सब कहीं ना कहीं आपकी जॉब में या किसी ना किसी तरीके से आपको हेल्प भी करेगा. Like this polarization, it has a very good application in a very I mean, it's difficult to find pure sugar. Can you identify pure and impure sugar? Because there are many crystals which are white, they are of same size as sugar. बहुत सारे क्रिस्टल्स ऐसे हैं जो वाइट है, सुगर जैसे मीठे भी है, सुगर के साइज के भी है, बट दे आर नॉट सुगर, दे कंसिस्ट ऑफ हार्मफुल केमिकल. कैसे रेक्टिफाई करेंगे कि जो सुगर आप मार्केट से लाए हैं वो प्योर है या उसमें कुछ केमिकल मिक्स है? इट्स डिफिकल्ट. देयर इज ए मशीन व्हिच यूज द फिनोमेना ऑफ पोलराइजेशन to check whether sugar is pure or not. Okay. So that's how these things are connected to your real life. ये जितना भी आप पढ़ रहे हैं ये सब आपके real life से जुड़ा हुआ है. Let me also show you the syllabus of second semester. ये अगले सेमेस्टर की बात है, but here also you will see there are electromagnetic theory and other things. ये सब क्यों पढ़ाया जाएगा आपको? If you realize in this digital life, like you have this digital voltmeter, you have digital ampere meter, you have a digital Gauss meter which measures magnetic field. What does it do? It measures magnetic field, right? So in all these things there is a screen, and on that screen you can read how much is the voltage in the circuit, how much is the current in the circuit, how much is the magnetic field around a coil. But how do you get that number? I mean, how do you convert magnetic field to a number? How do you convert current means the flow of electron, into a number? So there is some sensor which is sensitive to magnetic field, and it generates some current due magnetic field, and that current is used to show this number. Same case for voltmeter, same case for ampere meter. Or in digital life, it simply means that you have a sensor here. The left part of the sensor is sensitive to your measurement, and the right part is some current signal, right? Once you get a current signal, you can send it to machine, you can send it to computer, you can do whatever you want. But how do you make a sensor which convert this magnetic field, electric field, or whatever into current? That's where physics is applied. Like, how do you make a humidity sensor? How do you measure humidity in the environment? So something is there which converts humidity into current. Now, how do you convert this? That's where the phenomena of physics will help you to develop these things. ह्यूमिडिटी को करंट में कैसे कन्वर्ट किया जाए, उसके लिए क्या चीज बनाई जाए, वो आपको फिजिक्स के थ्रू पता चलेगा. एक बार आपने उसको करंट में कन्वर्ट कर लिया, फिर उससे आपने ऑटोमेटिक वेदर अलार्म बनाना है, आपने ऑटोमेटिक शटडाउन सिस्टम बनाना है, वो एक डिफरेंट ब्रांच है, उसको आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, राइट? So you will see this physics is going to appear at every instant of your career. Physics आपके कैरियर के हर मोमेंट पे काम आने वाला है. इट इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट. आपकी स्टार्टिंग यहीं से ही होनी है. ओके, लाइक दिस सिंपल कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर. क्या है कंप्यूटर प्रोसेसर? इट्स ए चिप. इट जस्ट take in and take out binary data, right? But who is processing that binary data? There are billions of transistors here, right? Each transistor is, do you know what is the size of each transistor? Anyone?
Semiconductors.
Yes, it is a semiconductor device. There are billions of transistors. What is the approximate size of one transistor?
9 nanometer.
So it is in the order of nanometers.
High
Yes.
nanometer.
That is why you have a processor just how much big? Roughly 1 inch by 1 inch, right? This is the typical size of a processor. And there are billions of transistors in this small device. Each transistor is of this much size. How will you create such a small transistor? That's where physics come. Okay. So once you have made this device, now it's a topic of some other specific branch. It may be a topic of computer science. If you want to deal with this binary data, it may be a topic of electronics or electrical engineering. If you want to improve the efficiency of this system, but starting comes from the physics, right? How do we fabricate such a processor? How do we include more and more transistors which are energy efficient, which are robust with respect to heat, which do not produce any error? These are the subject of physics. Okay? So BTech simply means that physics is everywhere in your life. And these fundamental topics, electrostatics. Why do we teach you quantum mechanics? Because here, when you are at such a small scale, life is quite different. There are unexpected outcomes which do not come at larger scale. जो आप इतने छोटे स्केल पे काम करते हैं, आपको ऐसे रिजल्ट भी देखने को मिलते हैं जो आपने उम्मीद भी ना की हो. क्यों आते हैं वो सब रिजल्ट्स? ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ समथिंग न्यू. आपने क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स सुना जरूर होगा, बट ये है क्या, वो आप थोड़ा बहुत ही हजा देंगे. क्यों आपको मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टीज पढ़ाई जाती? क्यों आपको सॉलिड स्टेट पढ़ाया जाता है? बिकॉज whatever device you are going to manufacture, these things will play a role there. ये सबका रोल वहां पर आएगा. Okay. I have told you the application of optics. लेजर का एप्लीकेशन आप सभी लोग जानते हैं. And these are the things which are useful if you are interested in like astronomical science or satellite system, यदि आपको सैटेलाइट्स और स्पेस शटल्स या जीपीएस टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में समझना है, then these things make a prominent role there. Okay, so जो भी टॉपिक्स है ये आपको हेल्प भी करेंगे कि आप करियर में क्या चूज करेंगे, आपका जो भी इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा है उसी के अकॉर्डिंग आप दूसरी ब्रांच में जा सकते हैं. So here we give you an idea of all the topics, but we are talking in a fundamental sense only. हम यहाँ पे कहीं भी इन डेप्थ नहीं जा रहे हैं, सिर्फ फंडामेंटल्स आपके साथ डिस्कस करेंगे so that you can know कि जो भी आपने पढ़ा इसका कहाँ का यूज है. After that you will go to your respective branches and there you will make some significant differences in the society. So this is all about physics. If you have any doubt you can ask me. यदि आपको कुछ मुझसे पूछना है पूछ सकते हैं.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you were talking about that binary data. So those data elements are stored in the form of dipole orientations in the transistor.
So see, this is not my field, but what I can assume is here transistors are used as a switch. I mean, either they are on or they are in complete saturation. I mean, either they are passing current or they are blocking current. Okay. So you can think of it like if they pass current, it's like a state 1. If they block the current, it's like a state 0. Okay.
सर
Yes.
सर जो ये स्पेशल रिलेटिविटी ऑफ थ्योरी के लिए आपने रेजनिक प्रेफर की है, तो सर
Yes.
ये सर एससी वर्मा में भी एक चैप्टर है तो वो चल जाएगा उसमें.
Okay, so see, there are some references in the syllabus. कुछ reference आपको syllabus में दिए गए हैं और कुछ यदि जरूरत होगी तो हम आपको पढ़ाने से पहले आपको इन्फॉर्म कर देंगे. Do
Okay,
not
sir.
worry about this text material. आपको क्लास से पहले ही, जैसे आज तो हम कुछ नहीं पढ़ाएंगे आपको. We will start teaching from the next class. So by today or tomorrow, I'll upload the text material for you so that you can read in advance. जो भी relevant material होगा वो आपको पहले provide कर देंगे. Okay.
सर नोट्स नहीं बनाना है.
I am not going to give you any notes. मैं आपको कोई notes नहीं दे रहा हूँ. You can make your own notes for your own requirement. Okay. जो भी हम पढ़ा रहे हैं उसको आप अपने से अपनी हैंड राइटिंग में अपने रजिस्टर में लिख सकते हैं. ये आपको हेल्प करेगा एग्जाम में भी और शायद कभी आगे भी.
सर
यस.
सर जैसे आपने अभी बताया कि जो ट्रांजिस्टर्स हैं वो एक स्विच की तरह हैं, तो सर ये लॉजिक गेट से रिलेटेड भी हो सकता है.
See, logic gates are made of transistors. Like how do you make AND gate?
ओके सर.
Right? How do you make logic gates? They are made of transistors. Let me tell you what is AND gate. AND gate means, I think this is the symbol, right? This is input A, this is input B, this is input, this is output. What is the truth table? If any one of them is 0, output is 0, right?
0 0 0. Yes sir.
1 आएगा सर.
0 1 0
If both are 1, then the output is 1.
1 0.
This is the working principle of AND gate. This is switch A, this is switch B. Let me connect it to battery here, and this is the output, a LED bulb here. Unless you switch on both the switches, there is no output, right?
Yes,
If
sir.
this is-
Yes, sir.
How do you make
Yes, sir.
how do you make this circuit? This is the principle. This is one transistor. This is emitter. This is collector. This is base. This is again another transistor. This is base. And this is the negative point of battery. This is the positive point of battery. Okay. BCC. Or let me just connect the battery to it. Now unless you apply a positive signal to this is A, this is B, and you can connectable here, anywhere in the path of this whole thing. If there is no signal at A, no signal at B, both the transistors are off, no current, no current. Let us say you pass some current in A, but no current in B. So this transistor can conduct, but transistor 2 will not conduct, no current. So unless you apply some current to A and B both, जब तक आप A और B दोनों पे कुछ करंट नहीं लगाएंगे, तब तक ये बल्ब नहीं जलेगा. Okay. So this is the AND gate. This thing is packed inside one IC. ये पूरा सिस्टम एक IC में पैक किया जाता है. And you have only 3 terminals. आपको सिर्फ 3 टर्मिनल मिलते हैं. Input 1, input 2, output. और एक या 2 टर्मिनल सर्किट में सप्लाई भेजने के लिए. That's how AND gate work. Same thing applies to OR gate and other gates. Okay. So transistor is the fundamental unit which is manufactured, which is synthesized in a processor. जो fundamental unit है वो transistors ही है इन सभी की. इसी से ही सब कुछ बन रहा है. Anything else?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I mean, in news that we read, initially there were 14 nanometer transistors. Now they are 7, 5 nanometer, 3 nanometer transistors.
Yes.
What is
At
the
least-
efficiency behind the packing of these transistors?
I think they are reducing the size of transistors.
Moore's law, sorry.
But if
इससे
you
क्या
want
फायदा
to
होता है?
see, as I said, this is not my field, so I cannot give you answer of each and every problem, right? I can give you the fundamental idea. What do they mean? What exactly are they doing? There are lots of complex things inside a processor. So if this is your field of interest, you should ask some expert in the same field. Okay. But I think when they say 14 mm processor, I think they actually mean the size of the smallest chip they have inside the processor. जो भी smallest component है उस processor का, I think उसकी बात करते हैं.
And I mean, they are basically increasing the number of switches per square meter or like
Yes, something like that. They are trying to implement more and more transistor within the same size. उनकी कोशिश है कि उसी साइज में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा switches को implement किया जा सके. Because greater the number of switches, yes.
ट्रांजिस्टर के नंबर से एफिशिएंसी इंक्रीज होती है.
See, depending on the number of transistors, the number of calculations you can have in a processor depends on how many switches you have. आप कितनी calculations कर सकते हैं एक processor पे at a time, that depends on उसमें कितने switches, कितने logic gates लगे हुए हैं. Okay.
तो जितना ज्यादा स्विच होगा उतना बड़ा बड़ा हम नंबर स्टोर कर पाएंगे कम जगह के अंदर.
स्टोर कर पाएंगे, प्रोसेस करा पाएंगे, उतनी जल्दी आपको रिजल्ट मिलेगा. Let us say you have only 2 logic gates, then obviously the data will be cleared one by one, so it will take time. If you have millions of logic gates, a big amount of data can be processed in a very small time, right?
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
कैलेंडर में
Sir.
जितनी क्लासेस शो हो रही है एक दिन में वही classes-
Can you please speak louder?
सर कैलेंडर में जितनी क्लासेस शो हो रही है एक दिन में वही क्लासेस लगानी है.
Yes, you are supposed to go as per the academic calendar. जैसे academic calendar मेंशन किया गया उसी तरीके से है सब कुछ.
सर हर क्लास में अटेंडेंस होएगी?
So attendance is automatic. MS Teams में attendance खुद से बनता रहता है. तो आप जब भी क्लास में आ रहे हैं, जब भी क्लास से जा रहे हैं या rejoin कर रहे हैं, everything is going to be recorded. So वही attendance है.
Sir,
Yes.
in our exams, like we will get numericals and formula derivations, questions like that, or will there be something new which we don't know?
So see, there is a difference between the questions you have in +2 and the questions we have here. आपने जो +2 में देखा है कि कुछ बड़े-बड़े क्वेश्चंस आते हैं where you are supposed to drive a big derivation. We do not have this kind of examinations. The questions are quite small, mostly numericals or conceptual based. We do not ask to drive. Usually हम derivation के लिए कभी नहीं कहते. Okay. So if you know, you can finish the paper within half of the time. यदि आपको सभी प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, आप 50% टाइम में पूरा पेपर सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. There is no big derivation. There is no descriptive answer. आपको ऐसा भी नहीं है कि किसी आंसर में बहुत ज्यादा लिखना है. They are mostly numericals और conceptuals. या तो numericals हो गया, conceptual हो गया. Okay. We do not ask problems like tell me the 5 difference between concept A and concept B. अब ऐसे सवाल नहीं पूछते कि आप दो फिनोमेना के बीच 5 या 6 डिफरेंस बताइए या ड्राइव ए पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना, किसी पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना का पूरा डेरिवेशन दीजिए. वी डू नॉट आस्क दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. इस तरह के सवाल नहीं पूछे जाते.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
Okay, sir.
यस
हेलो सर.
यस
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गॉट इट.
सर बोल रहे थे आप क्लासेस के पीडीएफ प्रोवाइड करेंगे क्या?
सी व्हाटएवर आई एम राइटिंग हियर ऑन द बोर्ड, जो भी मैं आपको व्हाइट बोर्ड पर लिख रहा हूँ, इसी का सॉफ्ट कॉपी मैं आपको प्रोवाइड कराऊंगा. इसके अलावा जो भी टेक्स्ट बुक कंपोनेंट है, जैसे आपके पास बुक्स शायद नहीं होगी, तो जो भी रिलेवेंट स्टेप है बुक्स का, उनकी स्कैन कॉपी मैं आपको पहले प्रोवाइड करा दूंगा. ओके.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
जैसे कोई चैप्टर हम पढ़ा रहे हैं और आपके पास बुक नहीं है या बुक नहीं खरीद पा रहे हैं किसी भी रीजन से, सो यू कैन रीड द सॉफ्ट कॉपीज प्रोवाइडेड बाय मी. ओके.
सर
यस.
सर जो एकेडमिक कैलेंडर है सर, आज उसमें 7 क्लासेस हैं, बट सर एमएसटी में कल 3 क्लासेस शो हो रही हैं.
यू हैव 7 क्लासेस.
यस सर, एकेडमिक कैलेंडर में सर
Yes, sir.
7 क्लासेस शो कर रही हैं सर, बट एमएसटी में सर
According
3
to-
क्लासेस.
According to our timetable, there are 7 classes today.
फिजिक्स की
सर बट नो
ओवरऑल.
सर,
No,
ऑल टोटल.
different subjects,
No, sir.
all subjects.
सर बट एमएसटी में सर 3 क्लासेस शो हो रही हैं सर, उसको लेके थोड़ा सा वरी हम लोग.
So like, okay, I understand your point. Like I have added, I will take 3 classes. I have made 3 classes for you. वो आप शायद देख भी पा रहे होंगे इस चीज को. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly,
Yes, sir.
बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स में हो सकता है फैकल्टीज क्लास ऐड कर रहे हो या प्रोसेसिंग में हो. So if you are not able to see, you can write a mail. You can call them, the faculty of respective department. उनके हेड से आप बात कर सकते हैं कि ऐसे प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. Like chemistry की classes आप नहीं देख पा रहे हैं, you can talk to the faculty of chemistry department. Similarly for math, computer science.
Sir, any book preferred by you, sir?
Sorry.
Books, anyone?
Books. See, the syllabus consists of different topics. So कोई एक book आपको follow नहीं करनी है. We will follow part of many books. Relativity आप किसी एक book से पढ़ेंगे, कुछ शुरू के चैप्टर, पूरी बुक कोई सी भी नहीं पढ़नी है. Similarly, optics we will read from some other books. So when the time come, I'll tell you which book to follow. जब टाइम आता जाएगा मैं आपको बुक्स बताते जाएंगे.
सर इस साल भी सर लास्ट ईयर जैसा ही वो एग्जाम पैटर्न फॉलो होगा?
I do not know. वो डिपेंड करता है कि सिचुएशन कैसे इम्प्रूव होती है. Accordingly, the decisions will be taken by the administrative department. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इसको डिसाइड करता है. जो भी गवर्नमेंट की गाइडलाइन आती है उस हिसाब से मॉडिफिकेशंस कैन कम.
Sir, which topic we are going to study first?
Relativity.
सर एक्चुअली सर जो बुक्स आप पढ़ाएंगे सर उसको सर ऑनलाइन प्रोवाइड हो जाएगी सर वो?
So either you can find the online copy, otherwise I will scan the relevant pages and will send it to you. यदि नहीं मिल सकता तो आपको स्कैन करके वो पेजेस प्रोवाइड करा दूंगा. ओके.
ओके सर, ओके सर.
And I think library is also available online now. आपको शायद लिंक्स वगैरह कुछ दिनों में मिल जाने चाहिए, तो आप यहाँ की लाइब्रेरी को ऑनलाइन भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं.
Okay, sir.
ओके.
तो मतलब रिक्वायर्ड मटेरियल का डिजिटल वर्जन हमें मिल जाएगा वहाँ।
Something like that. So do not worry about this
Sir,
text.
can you give your personal mobile number?
Why do you need that?
Sir,
See,
to contact you.
if you want to contact me, you can write your problem in MS Teams itself. MS Teams के chat box में आप problem drop करेंगे, I'll reply you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Better you ask your problem in lecture classes, tutorial classes, और यदि आप दोनों जगह मिस कर जाते हैं किसी वजह से, you can ask in chat box also. I'll reply you. Okay.
सर जो क्वेश्चन के सॉल्यूशन है वो A4 साइज शीट पर लिखने हैं या फिर नॉर्मल कॉपी पर लिखकर PDF बना सकते हैं?
It's up to you. Okay. Whether you write on A4 or textbook or notebook. फिर भी बड़ी सजेशन है कि आप एक नोटबुक बनाइए बिकॉज A4 शीट्स होती रहती है.
थैंक यू.
These things will be helpful to you in the exam. एग्जाम में तो आपको हेल्प करेगी ही. और यदि आप सेम फील्ड में आगे भी सस्टेन करना चाहते हैं तो शायद आपको आगे भी काम करेगी.
Yes, sir.
Sir, did it mandatory to maintain a notebook for physics?
We are not going to check your notebook. So वो आपका completely आपका डिसीजन है कि आप कैसे अपनी नोटबुक बनाते हो, मेंटेन करते हैं.
Okay, sir.
Yes, it is mandatory to solve the assignment and submit. जो असाइनमेंट हम आपको दे रहे हैं उनको सॉल्व करना, उनको सबमिट करना मैंडेटरी है.
Okay, sir.
सर असाइनमेंट कॉपी में रजिस्टर में कर सकते हैं या A4 साइज शीट्स पे?
Completely up to you.
ओके सर.
नोटबुक में इसलिए सजेस्ट कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि उसको मेंटेन करना आसान है, उसको स्टोर
Yes,
करना
sir.
आसान है. ओके. बाकी आपकी चॉइस है.
Sir, how will we upload the assignment whenever it is required?
So there is a method to upload assignment in MS Teams. MS Teams में method है assignment upload करने का. वो जब कर जाएगा आपको एक्सप्लेन कर दिया जाएगा. ओके.
Okay, sir.
Sir, how are
Sir,
quizzes
can we
taken?
just
Great. Yes.
Sir, how are quizzes conducted?
How is quiz conducted means how will
Sir,
we take
quiz.
lectures?
Quiz.
Quizzes.
She's talking about quiz.
So like I will ask you around 10 questions in a 30-minute time. So like you have seen the Google form, similar form is available in MS Teams. You read the questions, tick the right option or give me the right answer, submit it within the given time. आपको जो भी सही आंसर लगता है उसको टिक करना है. गिवन ड्यूरेशन के अंदर आपको क्विज सबमिट करना है and I'll check the quiz.
So it is like
sir, can we get access to previous year quizzes for reference?
I do not have any copy of previous year quizzes, so I don't know.
Sir, quizzes are conducted in MCQ type based questions.
I usually have a mix of all the things. कुछ MCQ होता है, कुछ subjective भी होता है, कुछ conceptual भी होता है.
सर मतलब क्विज के अंदर भी हम PDF अपलोड कर सकते हैं वो सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन के लिए.
Yes, I mean don't worry about the technicality of these things. ये सब कैसे किया जाएगा वो आपको नहीं सोचना है. We will take care of these things.
Okay sir. Okay.
But be assured that whatever we are going to implement, you can do either by your PC or mobile. जो भी हम कुछ करेंगे वो आप PC से या मोबाइल से आप कर सकते हैं. Anything else?
सर वो क्लासेस को लेके डाउट था सर. कैलेंडर में अभी भी 7 क्लासेस शो कर रहा है, बट सर MS में अभी भी 3 शो कर रहा है.
See, this semester is started from Wednesday. Wednesday means yesterday.
Yes sir.
So, maybe the faculties are in the process of making classes. हो सकता है faculty कभी classes बनाने की process में हो. So within 2-3 days, I think you should see all the classes. But यदि आपको फिर भी classes नहीं मिल पा रही है किसी वजह से, you please talk to the concerned head of the department. जैसे केमिस्ट्री या मैथ में आपको नहीं मिल रही है तो आप उनके हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट को कॉल करके मेल करके अपनी प्रॉब्लम बता सकते हैं.
ये सर इसके पहले सर CS की क्लास थी सर, बट वो हुई नहीं, शेड्यूल नहीं हुई सर. सर आपकी थी, आपकी शेड्यूल हुई है.
So right? Like you have a problem in CS department, so get the mail ID of the head of the CS department from the website. वेबसाइट से आप CS डिपार्टमेंट किया तो फैकल्टी है, तो फैकल्टी पता है तो फैकल्टी नहीं पता है तो हेड से, और यदि वहां से भी आपको नहीं सॉल्यूशन मिलता है तो आप डीन से अपनी बात रख सकते हैं. ओके, and all these things will be resolved within 2-3 days because आपकी आईडीज में भी प्रोसेस में बनने की, क्लासेस भी प्रोसेस में है बनने की, so it might take some time, don't worry about it.
Okay sir, thank you.
ठीक है सर.
Yes. Any other doubt? So I can see 106 students right now. I think कुछ लोग अभी भी शायद नहीं आ पाए हैं. So please inform everyone if you know to attend the classes from next week. When is your next class? Oh, you have next class on
Tomorrow.
Friday. Tomorrow.
Sir, tomorrow.
At 3, right?
Sir, today's tutorial classes.
Tutorial classes at 5, right?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Of I1 group.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think Dr. Jyoti will take the tutorial class. Okay, so please attend that class. Obviously, there is nothing to teach as of now. So I think you will be able to revise your +2 topics in this class. From Friday onwards, we will start teaching the syllabus, right?
Okay.
When is the tutorial of I2? I2 will have tutorial on
Tomorrow
Monday,
is
Monday.
lecture of I2 and no tutorial.
Yes, Monday 9 to 10. There is a tutorial of I2, right?
Yes, sir.
So half of you will have tutorial on Thursday evening, and remaining half of you will have tutorial on Monday morning. Okay, so let's end this meeting now. From next meeting onwards, we will have the syllabus. आप में से किसी को कुछ और पूछना है या कोई और डाउट है? So I am going to stop the recording. I am also going to end this meeting now. ये रिकॉर्डिंग आपको